functional Pilates class. Each of the exercises have been designed to help us to move with much more ease in our day-to-day life, whether it's bending down to pick something up off the floor, or reaching up to a top cupboard, or twisting around to get something behind us, or just walking or running. So I hope you enjoy the class. I hope it makes you feel good and stronger and more at ease, as I say, in your day-to-day life. We're going to start off with the feet parallel and hip width apart. So just find that the feet have lined up next to one another, that little bit of space between them. And then just glance down to the feet, and I want you to pick up all 10 of your toes away from the mat. So just lift the toes right up off the floor, and as you lift the toes up, you'll feel the front of the body engage a little bit more. Certainly the tops of the feet and the front of the lower leg muscles will contract a little bit more. But what you'll also notice is that weight down into the balls of your feet. So into the base of the big toe, and then all the way around in that little arc towards the little toe side of your foot. And then being aware of those 2 points, the big toe, little toe side, and also the heel, so that lovely tripod of support through the feet. Let's then spread the toes as wide apart as you can, and then just let them gently settle back down into the floor and be much more relaxed. And then you'll feel the front of the legs relax a little bit more too. Then we want to just gently transfer the weight around the feet. So we know where that tripod of support is, but let's just challenge it a little bit by moving around through the foot. So let's start by drawing the tummy gently towards the spine. Keep a lovely long spine as you move. Hips will stay open. Really the movement is coming from the ankles, not through the hips or the spine. So you're going to lean forwards into the toes and then move around to the right side of the foot. Transfer the weight into the back of the heels, come around to the left side of the foot and back to the front again. And we just keep spiraling, circling around through the feet. Using the muscles of the legs, the feet, the center, all to help us to maintain our balance. You'll feel the front of the body working as you lean backwards, the back of the body working as you lean forwards, and the sides of the body working as you lean from one side to the other. But also the weight will be transferring through each point through the feet. When you get to the front, this time leaning into the toes, let's reverse and go now to the left. Then leaning back into the heels, coming around to the right and back to the front. Let your breath just come and go, whatever pattern works for you, just don't hold your breath. Feel that deep work into the feet muscles, legs front and back and sides. Core muscles just helping you to keep your spine long and strong in this position. I'm going to do 2 more to finish. As you come around this final time, we're going to end up hopefully in a place where you can feel the weight really evenly distributed through the feet. So the big toes, the little toes, the base of the big toe, the little toe, the heel, the inner border, outer border, front and back. So it really nicely balanced through the feet. We're going to close the eyes and just take a few deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And just feel your body settle a little bit more into the feet. Feel that length through your spine, the crown of your head reaching to the ceiling, that lovely expansiveness of the breath in all directions, front, back, sides. But also that softness, that sense of weight through the body as we breathe out. Just one last breath here. And then just let your breathing pattern return to normal. You can blink your eyes open. And then let's bring the right arm out in front. It's about shoulder height or just a little lower than the shoulder. And then use your left hand just to tap up and down the arm. So what we're doing here is just waking up the arm in terms of the connecting into the proprioceptual chains. They tell us where we are in space, which is useful when we're about to move the body. It's nice to know where we are. Make make sure you capture all of the arms, so the hands, the fingers, the wrists, the elbows, forearms, upper arms, biceps, triceps, and even the tops of the shoulders, around the armpits as well. Let's eventually make your way all the way up onto the top of the shoulder. Let your right arm relax fully in the shoulder joint. And then we're going to rest your left hand on the top of your shoulder. It's onto the upper trapezius muscles of the back and the neck. And what we're going to do here is just try to release tension in those muscles. So we're going to lift your right shoulder up, and then you're going to squeeze those muscles with your left hand. And then relax the shoulder, relax the muscles, release the squeeze. You can breathe in to lift and squeeze, and breathe out as you release. On this third one, keep the squeeze, but turn your head away from that shoulder, and then look back towards that shoulder. And then release the squeeze. We do one more, this time looking down to the elbow, and then looking up to the ceiling. And then back to the center again. Relax the shoulder and just brush away any tension from the base of your neck, the top of the shoulder, down the arm, all the way out through the fingers, away from the body. Let's do the same on the left side. So we start off, first of all, just tapping the arm. You can use as much or as little pressure as you wish. Working the inside of the arm and the outside of it. Top and the bottom, so shoulders all the way down to fingers. It can be as light as you want or as firm as you prefer. And just connecting not only your body into your mind, but your mind into your body. Let's slowly bring the right hand all the way up onto the top of the left shoulder. Relax the left arm completely. And then you're going to lift the shoulders, squeeze that upper trapezius muscle, and then release the squeeze. Breathe in to lift and squeeze. Breathe out to release. Imagine it's like a sponge. This time as you squeeze, look away to the right and then come across to the left, looking towards that shoulder. Release the squeeze. Then do one more. This time look down to the right elbow, and then look up to the ceiling. And then back to the center, relax the muscles, release the shoulder, and just brush away that tension from the neck, the shoulder, down the arm, and out through the fingers. Brilliant, well done. Feels nice to offload. From here we're going to do a little bit of work now just to release a bit more tension in the upper body. So let's bring your knuckles onto either side of your head, just resting onto the temples. From there, bring your elbows as close together as you're happy with, and then take a breath in, open the elbows wide, feel that expansion across the chest. Breathe out, let the elbows come together, now focusing on the back of the body. Breathe in, open the front, breathe out, open the back. So the shoulder blades will squeeze a little closer together as your elbows go back. And as they come forward, the shoulder blades spread apart, so that lovely space between the shoulder blades. We do 2 more sets. Maintaining that lovely length in the body, that softness in the knees, that weight even through the feet. When you've done this last one, let the arms come down to your sides and relax. If you need to, give your shoulders a little circle or a shrug. Then let's bring your arms out to your sides. We're going to start off with a little bit of a squeeze here. So think about squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then I'll just show you my hands. I want you to make a fist and then point your thumbs forwards to begin with. So you're still maintaining that squeeze. Then you're going to draw little circles forwards to begin with. Keep breathing wide, keep lengthening the arms. They're small circles, not too big. We do 3 more in this direction. And then let the arms relax. Shake them out if you need to. Come back to the same position. This time, let the palms turn upwards as you make your little fist. And now your thumbs are pointing backwards in this position. And then again, gently squeeze the shoulder blades together if you like. And now we circle backwards. tiny little circles. You might feel a bit more length now at the front of the body, or a bit more width. Maybe even a sense of the nerves running down from the armpits all the way to the fingers, down the inside of the arms. We do 3 more to finish. And when you finish your final set, relax the arms and again give them a shake out, or maybe a few little shoulder shrugs feels nice here. From there, we're going to come into a bit of movement for the spine. So first of all, I want you to leave your heels where they are, but bring your big toes together so the legs are slightly rotated in. And then allow your knees just to knock together. So your legs are quite relaxed, they're almost supporting one another as you stand here. Then just to show you from the side, you're going to think about the pelvis moving first. So the pubic bone is going to push forwards, you scoop through the tummy, round your lower back, and then curl the upper body to look down towards your big toes. And then you straighten the spine, but then you go the other way, lifting the chest, looking up to the ceiling. Then you come back to the center, tilt the pelvis towards you, round your upper back a little bit, draw the tummy in, take a breath in. Breathe out, straighten your spine, and then breathe in, go the other way. So the pelvis tilts forwards, the lower back digs in, and you're lifting the chest, looking to the ceiling. And then you center your spine again. We're going to do a few more of these, but what you could add in is a rotation of the arms. So the arms could roll in as you come into your standing C curve, and then you roll the arms out as you come into your extension. Breathing out, come into that C curve, breathe in there, breathe out, roll back up, breathe in to extend, and breathe out to center. We'll do just 2 more of these. Finish your last set at the spine center, finding that midpoint between the 2 extremes. We're going to now let the legs straighten, bring the feet back to parallel, and then step your legs quite wide apart. Certainly try to bring the feet a little wider than the shoulders if that feels comfortable for you. And then again, just soften the knees. We're going to do a side reach here, but we're going to bend into one leg and then reach away from that leg. So let's start by bending the right leg. The weight will shift to the right. That left leg stays nice and straight. And then float the right arm up to the ceiling and stretch your spine over to the left, with that left hand sliding down to the right, to the left knee. Come back to the center. Shift the weight to the center and then bend your left leg, leaning into that foot, but keep the right foot anchored. Left arm comes up, and we side reach to the right. Breathing in there and breathing out to come back. Again, we center, bend the right leg. We're using the arm that's sliding down the leg just to help keep us moving directly to the side. We don't want that hand to slide to the front of the leg or to the back of the leg, just right down the outside. Let's do 1 more to each side. Feel that lovely length down the outer side. Finishing leading to the left and then side reaching to the right. Take a deep breath in there, and as you breathe out, center the spine, release the arms, center the legs. We're going to bring the legs all the way together. So now they're connecting in front of us, and we're going to come into a little standing on one leg sequence where we connect through the inside of the opposite leg with the hand. So let's start with the right leg coming into a knee fold. Just bring the leg up as high as you wish, and then press the left hand against the inside of the knee or the thigh, wherever it feels comfortable, and then releasing back from there. Bringing the left leg up, pressing the hand into the inside of the leg and releasing. So the out breath to lift, the in-breath to push and the out-breath to release. And what you'll feel here is not only that increased challenge to balance whilst adding pressure from the other side, but you'll feel that work diagonally across the body from the shoulder to the opposite hip. So it's a really nice exercise to work into our oblique muscles. Not only those, we are using our inner thigh muscles to resist the arm pushing in. We're also using the inner arm muscles, the biceps, to push the leg out. So actually it's a surprisingly effective exercise for toning the body. Last one to each side. Finishing with the left leg floating up. When you're back to the center, keep the legs together, but let's turn the legs outwards inside the hips, so the thigh bones spiral out, the heels stay connected, but the toes are now in your V stance, your Pilates stance. Trying to keep the hips facing forwards all the time, we're going to come into a waist twist. And for this one, we're going to bring your fingertips to the front of your shoulders, spin your elbows back behind you. Now imagine someone has taken a broomstick and slotted the broomstick into that gap between your elbows. So the arms stay pinned back all the time. This is going to really isolate the movement to your spine. So let's take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, a little spiral to the right. Breathe in to come back to the center. Breathe out to the left. Breathe in to come back. There's a real sense of growing taller through each rotation. So your head is reaching high as you twist. The pelvis faces the front, so there's a bit of opposition. When you go to the right, that left hip pulls back a little bit. You'll see it's a really small degree of rotation. We only have about 45 degrees as we twist from side to side. One last one to each side. And when you're back to the center, relax the arms back down. Give them a little shake out again if you want to. We're going to do a little bit more work now into the legs and especially the hips. It's a lunging exercise, so you need a little bit more space here for the legs. And we're going to start off with the right leg forwards and the left leg behind us. And then we're going to do some movements from there. So I'll just show you the setup from the side initially. So right foot steps forward, and then the left leg is going to take quite a big step back. So you want to be quite wide in your stance. Your spine will be vertical, your front knee will stay bent, and the back heel will always stay lifted. So try not to push the heel all the way down to the mat. You're facing forwards, the shoulders and hips square to the front, and then on your breath in, you're going to lean forwards, and then reach the arms forwards, and then push yourself back up. So we're breathing in to lean and reach, and we're breathing out to come back up. So think about leaning as far forward as you want. You can go really deep into this position. The further down you go, the more effort to come back up, and maybe that's what you want. You'll feel really strong work into the front of the thigh as you go forwards, much more weight into the front leg. And then the back of the thigh, the bottom muscles help to pull us back. Let's do just 2 more sets. When you come back this time, we're going to stay in the same position, but we're going to add rotation. So we're going to try to twist the body over to the right towards the outside of the leg with your left arm. So as you lean forward this time, you bring the left arm to the outside of your thigh or all the way down to the outside of the foot, and then you push back. You're going to breathe in as you twist. Breathe out as you push back. So the upper body is rotating. The pelvis will still face forwards. The knees will still face forward. I'll just show you from a different angle. So as you twist to the right, that left arm goes across the body. either just to the outside of the knee, whoops, or all the way down to the outside of the foot. We do one more here, and then come back up again. I'm going to keep this angle now to show you the next bit. Still the back heel lifted, the front knee bent. Pop your little fingers down the side of your pelvis, so either near the hip bones or lower down towards the top of the legs, the greater trochanter, where they join into the hip socket. And then you're going to move the pelvis to the right and then come back to the center. So notice how my right knee points forwards, but my pelvis is turning on top of the thigh bone. So now I'm working really deep into the hip socket, strengthening those muscles around the joint. Same breathing pattern as before, that breath in as you twist, and the breath out as you push back. And notice how the whole body is twisting with the pelvis. The spine comes with. Good, let's do two more. I'm just going to reposition for the last little bit. Now on this last one, I want you to stay here if you can. Reach your arms forward on a diagonal. Press all 10 fingers together and then hold this position. So your fingers are pressing, your arms are reaching, your spine is rotated, your pelvis is rotated, your tummy is active, your legs are strong. You take one more breath in and then you breathe out, relax and push yourself up to shake everything out. Brilliant, well done. Give yourself a little bit of a squat here, just working equally through the legs for a few sets, just also to release those hip muscles, to relax the knees. And then let's do the other side. So this time the left foot will step forward, the right foot takes a big step back, and remember the back heel will be lifted all the time, front knee stays bent, and then you're going to reach forwards and then push back, breathing in and breathing out. Feel that much more weight comes into the front leg as you lean forwards. The back is straight, it's just folding at the hip itself, and then you're pushing back up. We do three more. Reaching the arms, lengthening through the back leg. And when you finish your final set, stay in that position vertically. Keep the back heel lifted, keep the front knee bent. Let's add the twist to the side. So now you're twisting to the left, and then you're pushing back up to standing. Breathing in to twist, breathing out to come back. I'll just show you from this front on angle. So you're rotating the upper body to the left, reaching down to the foot or just across the outside of the thigh. You're looking where you're going, reaching down towards the floor. This is a great exercise if you think about, when you bend down to pick up the post or to tie your shoelaces or to pick up something you dropped on the floor. Really, really functional exercise. We do one more set, and then we think about the pelvis doing the work. So now little fingers run down the outside of the pelvis. The pelvis rotates to the left and pushes back up. So think of that left knee always pointing forwards. Just the pelvis itself twists on top of the left thigh bone. You can feel the pubic bone come up against the left thigh and then pushes back to center. We do three more. And on this last one, we stay there. So keep the rotation, reach the arms forwards, press all 10 of your fingers together. Arms are active, fingers, legs, spines, tummies, backs, the whole body, every fiber of your being is active. We take one more breath in, And then relax the arms, push yourself up, shake it all out. Well done. Really, really good. And like we did before, let's just do a few little squats through both of the legs, working equally, just releasing those muscles that we work deep inside the hip. It's always good to do one-legged work, rebalancing with two-legged work. When you finish this last little squat, let's now work on the hamstring, stretching the back of the legs. These muscles get really tight the longer we sit during the day. So if you're sitting at your desk, hopefully not for 8 hours a day, but you might be, those muscles are getting shorter and shorter, and it's pulling onto the lower back, which is causing discomfort. Might then start to pull on the neck and shoulders. So if we look after the hamstrings, they'll hopefully look after the rest of us. Let us, first of all, I'll show you from the front. Bring your right foot forward, and your left foot is behind you, but the heel stays down this time. And the stance is much more narrow. In fact, I'll show you from this angle. You're going to bend your back leg, and you're going to focus on the front leg staying nice and long. So when we reach down, the back will just curve a little bit. You don't want to fully round the back and drop the spine, but we're just reaching down towards the foot, really folding in the hips but stretching the back leg. Now what we're going to do is, with your hands, you're going to reach first of all to the outside of the right leg, just to the outside, push back up, reach straight down to the right foot and back up, and then go down to the inside between the legs. So we go to the outside, then we go down the leg, the straight leg, and then we go down to the inside towards the left foot and then back up. We do 2 more sets. Remember, always keep the front leg straight. It's the back leg that does all the bending, and a bit of work folding in the hips as well. Last one. And when you finish there, stand up nice and tall, shake it out. Again, you can do a few little squats just to rebalance. And then we're going to do the same on the left side. So left foot steps forward a little bit, back foot stays flat on the floor, so keep the heel down. The stance is as wide as it makes it comfortable for you to work, so when you bend your right leg, you can keep that left leg straight. So you're going to come down to the outside of the leg, then down the front of the leg, and then down towards the right foot, the inside of the legs. So really what we're doing here is working the 3 different parts of the hamstring muscles. We're working the outer muscles as we come down between the legs. You'll feel a little pull on the outside. When you go to the outside of the leg, it's those inner thigh muscles that we're stretching. Really good. And we do 2 last ones. Keep the back leg bent as much as you can, the front leg as straight as you can. You want to feel that stretch into the joint or into the muscle. And as you finish this final one, we stand up straight, shake it out, maybe a few little squats again to release tension. And then the last thing we're going to do is a little roll down to bring us towards the floor. And we're going to have really wide legs and walk the hands back behind the legs to stretch even more into these inner thigh and hamstring muscles. So step your feet as wide as you possibly can. We're going to draw the tummy towards the spine, nod the chin towards the chest, and gently roll down through the spine, bone by bone by bone. Let the pelvis roll forward on top of the legs to bring you lower towards the mat. Hopefully the hands will touch the floor or get near to the floor. And then start with walking your hands a little further forwards to begin with. And then take them as far back as you can reach, behind both legs. And then walk them forwards again, and walk them backwards again. I'll just show you from a different angle if that helps. But keep going if you can. So you're walking forwards a little bit, and then walking back as far as you can go. The head will follow your hands, so don't look anywhere other than where your hands are going. And just one last one to finish. As you finish that final set, you can walk your legs a little closer together if that helps. Connect your tummy, roll yourself all the way back up, bone by bone to standing. You can then zigzag your feet together from that wide stance and just zigzag them heel to toe until you are back to parallel. That's our standing warm-up. Quite a lot for a warm-up. Good 30 minutes of exercise there to get your body feeling really good. We're going to transition onto the mat now, so I will see you there in a moment. Well done. Bye for now.